I make the motion to return to regular session.
Second.
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Mr. Anto?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Approval of minutes. We have minutes from July 15th, 2019 trustee meeting.
I would like to hold off on these, please, until the next meeting for a few more changes.
Okay. Takes us to our zoning report.
I presented the zoning report that was updated today. Right now, we have 4 applications for the Board of Zoning Appeals. They'll be held Thursday, September 19th at 6:30 p.m. We have a conditional use application for Monument Signs. It's located at 8062 Orange Center Drive. It's for the Ninja Express Car Wash. They're rehabbing the old one. We have a variance application requesting in-ground swimming pool that will fail to meet the minimum rear yard setback. We have another variance application looking for construction of a deck that will fail to meet the minimum rear yard setback. Then we have another conditional use application for 8300 Orange Center Drive, which is for Fixari Dental for construction of a monument sign. We do have 2 other possible cases that have been pushed back due to some design flaws, but so we're not sure if they're going to be heard in September or not, but they'll be updated by your next trustee meeting if they are added to the hearing. And then for the zoning commission, we have one scheduled for Tuesday, September 17th at 7 p.m. for a rezoning application ZOM-19-01 for Horseshoe Development at 7338 South State Road. That's for the zoning report.
Go ahead and move to the next.
The next one's a discussion of possible action for replacing a board member of the Board of Zoning Appeals. We request moving our current alternate, Kelvin Treves, to the full-time member of the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Questions?
How about for the alternate member? Are you recommending David Boyd?
We are.
Did Michelle meet with them?
Michelle and Lee, I believe.
Okay.
Interview them.
I don't have any questions.
I have no question.
It's Kelvin. We are regular, Ms. Treves, right?
Yep.
So he'll be our regular, and then Dennis.
David.
Is our alternate. Okay. I make the motion to appoint Kelvin Treves as a regular member to Orange Township Board of Zoning Appeals to fill an existing term effective August 19th, 2019 and expiring on December 13th, 2020.
Second.
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Mr. Anto?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Make the motion to appoint Dennis David as an alternate member to the Orange Township Board of Zoning.
David, excuse me, I'm sorry. David Boyd.
I'm sorry. David Boyd. I make the motion to appoint David Boyd as an alternate member to the Orange Township Board of Zoning Appeals to fill a new term effective August 19th, 2019 and expiring on December 31st, 2021.
Second.
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Mr. Anto?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
That covers all of zoning. Mr. Cowan, maintenance report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I want to thank you for moving Mr. Gregg on your agenda. I appreciate that. It's important y'all hear what you have to say. Not on the template, but I just want to let you know that Dale Canyon work is scheduled to begin tomorrow. That's the repair of the edge of the road just south of the first of the overpass of 7. And the email I had 3 to 4 days worth of work. They will maintain the traffic through the site, but that's a heavily used road, so maybe a complaint or 2 with that. Secondly, just for the board's information, the sweeping program started today, and they're out and about. There are 2 sweepers working in the neighborhood, so hopefully that will be finished up soon. On the agenda or on the template, the maintenance reports have a few resolutions. One is requesting approval of an estimate for the Orange Point Commerce Park Improvement Project. I have the consideration of approving a cooperation agreement with Delaware County Engineers Office. That's to be submitted with the Public Works Commission grant application. And another part of that application is to authorize one of the trustees to prepare and submit the application. Someone to sign that. I recommend Trustee Max, since she is liaison to streets and part of the maintenance department.
Did the county write these, or did the gentleman write them that was hired by us? Who wrote the grant applications?
County.
The county did do
Yes,
it?
yeah, they recommended the streets that are part of the application because of the age of the streets and the condition. And they're ready to grant it.
Okay.
So Sharon, you want to move on through my list?
Yes,
Or
please.
take a break? All right. Next I have on the template, and truly regretful to ask for acceptance of the resignation of a full-time maintenance worker, Gary Hall. Approve and accept, ask for your consideration to approve and accept the American Electric Power Utility cost estimate. This is for work on the roundabout, Highfield roundabout. And also as a follow-up of that, asking your consideration to authorize me, the Director of Operations, to send a letter on your behalf as requested by the email which I included, I think, to everybody, stating that you would honor the estimate paying for that work. And I have one more item in the old business, but that's the new business I have for right now.
Let Gary know he has done a really great job for the township. It's always a pleasure seeing him around. And I know that he always gave 100%.
Yeah. Good man. Sorry to see you go.
I'll make the motion to regretfully accept the resignation of full-time maintenance worker Jerry Hall effective November 1st, 2019.
Second?
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mr. Vento?
Yes.
And there's two resolutions. The first of these is a blank, so I just want to make sure I get through this properly. There's two for AEP, those are correct, right?
Are we still on page 2?
No.
Well, it starts on, yeah, page 2, but you've got the Orange Point, some of that's blank. And then we've got the agreement with Delaware County for the Public Works funding for Orange Point. So some of this I'm just not sure what.
The first one on page 2 is the approving the estimate for the OPWC grant.
And then resignation of Mr. Hall actually comes several pages later.
Right, we were in discussion with that, so that was the easy one that I thought we would
Okay.
take off. But it asks in here now. Okay, all right. The Board of Trustees of Orange Township, Delaware County, Ohio, at regular session on August 19th, 2019, with the following members present: Trustee Lisa Knapp, Trustee Debbie Torrano, Trustee Brian Rivers. I make the adoption of the following resolution. Whereas the Delaware County engineer has provided estimates for the Orange Point Commerce Park Improvements Project, and whereas the board has reviewed and desires to approve the estimates, now therefore be it resolved, A, the board has reviewed and desires to approve the engineer's estimates for the project. B, all formal actions of this board concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in the open meeting of the board, and all deliberations of this board and any of its committees that resulted in such formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including RC 121.22. C, this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon adoption.
Second,
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
yes.
Ms. Taranto?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do the same for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so. The Board of Trustees of Orange Township, Delaware County, Ohio, met in regular session on August 19th, 2019, with the following members present: Trustee Lisa Knapp, Trustee Debbie Turano, Trustee Ryan Rivers. I make the adoption of the following resolution: whereas the Board of Delaware County, Ohio, decided to enter a corporation agreement to apply to the Ohio Public Works Commission for funding for the Orange Point Commerce Park Improvements Project, and if funding is awarded, for the township and county to each pay the respective share of the local funding for the project, and for the county to provide design, engineering, and construction management for the project at no cost to the township. Now therefore be it resolved, A, the board approves the cooperation agreement with the county to apply the OPWC for funding for the project, and if funding is awarded, for the township and county to each pay their respective share of the local funding for the project, and for the county to provide design, engineering, and construction management for the project at no cost to the township. B, all formal actions of this board concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in the open meeting of the board. Now deliberations of this board and any of its committees that resulted in such formal action were meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including RC 121.22. C, this resolution shall be in full force and effective immediately upon adoption.
Second,
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
yes.
Ms. Taranto?
Yes.
I'm just gonna go through this. I make the motion whereas State Capital Improvement Program and Local Transportation Improvement Program both provide financial assistance to local subdivisions for capital improvements to public infrastructure, and whereas the Orange Township Board of Trustees is going to make capital improvements to the Orange Point Commerce Park Improvements Project, and whereas the infrastructure improvement herein above described is considered to be a priority need for the community and is a qualified project under the OPWC programs. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of Orange Township, Delaware County, Section 1,
Me, right, Lisa, yeah.
that Lisa Knapp is hereby authorized to apply to the OPWC for funds as described above. Section 2, that Lisa Knapp is further authorized to enter into any agreements as may be necessary or appropriate for obtaining this financial assistance, and to bind the board by any such agreements.
Second,
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Taranto?
yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
I make the motion to approve and accept the American Electric Power Utility Relocation Construction Cost Estimate, AP Work Order Number DOP03103060, dated July 7th, 2018, in the amount of $91,738.69.
Second,
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Taranto?
yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
I make a motion to authorize the Director of Operations to mail to Paul Paxson of American Electric Power a signed estimate regarding AEP reimbursement for relocation of the Green Meadows Highfield project, along with a letter stating the Orange Township Board of Trustees will honor the estimate.
Second,
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Taranto?
yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
I believe that covers.
Thank you very much. I do have the documents here, if you could stick around for a minute after we sign off.
Sure. Is there anything to with the park report that you'd like to add?
No, I didn't have, no, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I believe we do not have any items for public safety tonight, which takes us to our fiscal officer report.
I have nothing new to report.
takes us to our administrative report, Mr. Bodnar.
Yes, the first thing I'm going to turn over to Ms. Sheetram to discuss for the board.
Thank you. There's a resolution in front of you. It's accepting the transfer of sick leave to years of service for Shay Shudy, who is recently appointed to the full-time position of firefighter paramedic at the fire department. And for their contract, we're accepting in sick time that's been verified from Harlan Township, just east of this here in Delaware County. And I work with legal to prepare the resolution.
I have none.
Move the adoption of the following resolution, whereas section 18.9 of the current collective bargaining agreement between the Board of Township Trustees of Orange Township and the Orange Township Professional Firefighters, IAFF, Local 3816, provides that Orange Township will accept a transfer of up to, but not in excess of, 360 hours of sick leave accrued in a firefighter, paramedic's next previous employment with another public agency, and whereas Resolution 16-345 provides that full-time township employees entitled to have their prior full-time service with the township county in service with Orange Township for the purpose of computing the amount of their vacation leave, and whereas pursuant to such provisions that Human Resources Communications Manager has presented the board with a certification regarding firefighter paramedic Shay Shudy, indicating his prior service period with Harlan Township as being 1 year, 5 months, and 3 days of his sick leave accumulated while employed by that public agency as being 88.98 hours. Now therefore, being resolved that the transfer of 88.98 hours of sick leave to the credit of firefighter paramedic Shay Shudy is accepted, and the township fiscal officer is authorized and directed to integrate this transfer into the employee's township records. Be it further resolved that Mr. Shudy's prior service tenure with Harlan Township is recognized as totaling 1 year, 5 months, and 3 days, which period shall be counted as service with Orange Township for the purpose of calculating the accrual of his vacation time, subject to the terms and conditions of the board's policy titled Prior Service Recognition for purposes of vacation accrual, longevity pay, and sick time transfer, and the township fiscal officer is authorized and directed to integrate this period of the employee's township records for such purpose only.
Second?
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Mr. Tranto?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, trustees, a few other things, just as a reminder, the statement of qualifications for the Veterans Memorial Design Project are due August 29th at 3 p.m. here at Township Hall. And if you have a chance this evening before you leave, there's a new community map posted, a large-scale depiction in the hallway opposite the one that was done in 2008. This one was done in 2018. You just may want to take a look at the changes in the past 10 years, kind of eye-opening. The next resolution I'd like the board to consider is for the declaring of September as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. This is something the board has done religiously for the last couple of years, and this is a request by Linda Hoker, who is a strong advocate for that agency and for the awareness of prostate cancer, and to hopefully find a cure very soon for that debilitating and deadly disease.
I make the adoption of the following resolution, whereas September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month nationally, and whereas the American Cancer Society estimates about 174,650 new cases of prostate cancer and 31,620 deaths from prostate cancer will occur in the United States in 2019. And whereas prostate cancer is the third leading cause of cancer death in American men behind lung and colon cancer, and about 1 every 9 will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime. And whereas prostate cancer develops mainly in older men, with about 6 cases in 10 being diagnosed in men aged 65 or older. And whereas, while prostate cancer can be a serious disease, most men diagnosed with prostate cancer do not die from it. In fact, more than 3 million men in the United States who have been diagnosed with prostate cancer at some point are still alive today. And whereas the good health and well-being of Orange Township residents will be enhanced as a direct result of increased awareness about prostate cancer and research into early detection, causes, and effective treatments. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Orange Township Trustees, Delaware County, Ohio, proclaim September as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, in Orange Township and encourages all men to learn of their risk and to speak with their healthcare provider about prostate cancer screenings. Be it further resolved, the Township Fiscal Officer, at his earliest convenience, shall certify a copy of this resolution and mail it to Miss Linda Hudiger, 5809 Empire Mills Run, Canal, Winchester, Ohio, 43110.
Second?
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Taranto?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Next item I have, trustees, is we received the information from the Ohio History Connection that they reviewed our certification of records disposal, commonly known as the RC3, and found no need to request any transfer of any records, so those records can be destroyed. If anybody wishes to see those, or any member of the board wishes to see those prior to that, we can certainly make arrangements to do that. If you recall, they are RFPs and public announcements from 2010. Through the year of 2010, and thank you notes dating back from 1990 to 1999. There is no need for any legal action on that or litigation, or litigious effort by the board, just letting you know that that's taken care of. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Sure.
Under old business, we have 2 items that we tabled. Item A, do you have any updates or discussion for
Did we just,
we just took care of that,
did we
right?
just do that one?
No, I just received a resolution today from Attorney Betts.
Okay.
If you want me to just simply place this on the agenda for next meeting, or if you want to hear it tonight, I have the resolutions available. So it's not this isn't an emergency.
We could just wait for next meeting. Will you send it to us?
I'm sorry.
You'll send it to us?
I can't, sure.
Is it regarding the Public Works grant?
It's a Ohio Public Works grant for phase 2
Okay.
of Orange.
Okay.
I have the resolutions here if you want to review it this evening, or if you want time to review it, I'll just email them out tomorrow.
What is it that he gave us? Anything complicated?
It's just simple application resolution.
If you have it, we can just pass it, I'm sure, if it's just the general.
Approach and bring it
Yeah,
on.
sure.
I can give you.
Who did you say sent this to you? Mr. Betts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Mr. Cannon, was this the agreement that was in the backup that you had reviewed by Mr. Betts? I think he struck the indemnification, or somebody struck it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if that was in the back of the agreement, so I have a copy of it here, the agreement. You want to look at it?
No,
Okay.
Mr. Betts saw it, that's fine.
Yes.
It was just,
Awesome.
I noticed the green eggs.
The Board of Trustees of Orange Township, Delaware County, Ohio, met in regular session on August 19th, 2019, with the following members present. Trustee Lisa Knapp, Trustee Debbie Torano, Trustee Brian Rivers, with the adoption of the following resolution, whereas the Ohio Public Works Commission, as part of the State Capital Improvements Program, has awarded a grant to the Board for construction of the Orange Road Improvements Phase 2, Project AK OPWC, Project CQ06W, and whereas the Board desires to accept the grant and as required for receipt of the grant funding to enter into OPWC project grant agreement. Now therefore be resolved, A, the Board accepts the OPWC grant to construct the project and approves the required OPWC project grant agreement to receive the grant funds. B, the Board authorizes the Director of Operations and Project Chief Executive Officer William Cohen to execute on the board's behalf the OPWC project grant agreement and any other documents required by OPWC associated or connected with the agreement of the project. C, all formal actions of this board concerning the late passage of this resolution were adopted at the meeting of the board, and all deliberations of this board and any of its committees that result in such formal action or meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including RC 121.22. D, this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon adoption.
Second?
Mr. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mr. Anto?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Our next item, do we have any updates on the North Road Park?
Do we have any information on the sign that we were going to order?
No, Aaron, talked to Aaron today about the same matter, and he did receive a quote from a contractor to only construct the base, the foundation of the block. So now he's gonna try to find another contractor to do the woodwork on the sign, build that structure.
Okay. Do you think he'll have that pretty soon?
I hope so.
Okay, we could just table that to the next meeting.
I rode over there today, and actually the park was pretty good, the grass was good.
Yeah.
Speaking of the grass, I did contact Mr. Brooks Vogel, Port Engineering, and he contacted his crew company that did, some of the work on the project or built the project. And they in turn contacted the folks that did the seeding, and, they're willing to meet there, sometime later this week or next week. We'll take a look at it and see, the condition of the grass.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I can let you know that, meeting happens if you like.
So hopefully we'll have a better idea for the next meeting, and we'll try to set some kind of opening, but we don't want to do that until we have that. Okay.
I'm sorry, if you want to speak, you gotta come up to the podium.
I'll be brief.
Please give your name and address.
Yes, my name is JD Hartwell. I'm the operating director for local youth soccer club, Orange United. My address is 2455 McCumber Lane. Resident of Orange Township now for starting our 9th year living here. What I wanted to briefly do today was just to come and provide as much information as I could to the trustees to help you have a clear understanding of perhaps some of the specifics behind getting the soccer fields up and running for the community at that park. Not sure where to begin on that topic, but very briefly, a soccer field to turn from grass to a playable soccer field for the community with the startup cost for goals and paint and flags are approximately between $4,000 and $4,500 per field. If we estimate 8 to 9 fields at that park, 4,000 times 9, looking at between $36,000 and $42,000 to flip the switch, green lights on, kids playing. The time frame approximately, if you told me today, park's open, Mr. Hartwell, how can we get kids playing on the field? I would estimate a time horizon or a time frame of approximately 45 to 60 days from the moment that you make the decision to open the park and get games being played on that space.
And this is just to set the grand opening. We haven't, but that's way down the road. That's in the spring, so we aren't even starting to work
So
on any
we
of that
plan
yet.
to open them in the spring, correct?
Yeah, it'll be quite a few months. So we're just gonna open it so people can use it and go there. This topic is just to set a grand opening date.
Understood. It's just when I want everybody to be aware of the weird specifics behind even a spring season. If you wanted to get that going, games get scheduled in February, so you need to know and tell members of our community, surrounding communities that may be visiting, what field numbers, where the games would be played starting in February. The games would be starting middle of March is when the spring season begins. So about 45 days ahead of that is when you want to have things in place. I'm presenting myself as a solution for the township and the organization that we created. We are a nonprofit 501c3 recognized with the IRS organization, built for the communities of the community of Orange Township, students of Olentangy school districts and the surrounding area. We have approximately 500 kids and families in our organization just after 2 years, 98% of which attend Olentangy local schools. About 65% live in Orange Township. So this organization that we got off the ground is designed to help provide a quality, improve the standard of living for the residents of our township, providing a service to the community in a nonprofit manner, trying to provide as much as we can for children, families, and even adults. We have created a rec program for kids that don't want to be involved in competitive soccer, and in that rec program, we're going to do something a little bit different from the surrounding areas, provide an adult rec program too, so that we can bring families, children, and adults together to utilize this space that you guys have so, have invested in to enhance the quality of life in Orange Township. So any information that I can provide to help make the best, most effective and efficient decision for the trustees, for the benefit of the township, I volunteer myself to be available to help in that process.
Bill, can you work with him to make sure that we're gonna be ready to go in the spring? I guess I figure out a backwards time.
The most fair, efficient, and effective program for the community. Dublin Parks and Rec sponsored a soccer summit about a month and a half ago, where they brought in members of all of the local communities' Parks and Rec board. I jumped in on that, attended that meeting, learning what is working, what is not working, what is creating challenges within a community in terms of competing entities, keeping as many families as we can happy, keeping complaints to a minimum, and how to effectively, from a township or municipality standpoint, manage this asset that you guys have created for the community. Invaluable session, tons of information to make it run as smooth and efficient as possible. Anything that I present to the township would not be some type of proposal that would just be from my organization. This is about trying to provide the families and children and residents of Orange Township with the best possible solution. I would, in this potential proposal, I would just act as an administrator on your behalf, so there's one single point of contact to ensure that the fields are allocated and disseminated in a smooth, effective way. In that proposal, I've designed what I feel to be an ideal formula for prioritization. We know that the park has been designed as a soccer park and also to provide access to cricket. I've had initial conversations with the local cricket club, that is Polaris Cricket Club, I believe is what they're called, to gather as much information as I can on their needs, wants, and get a clear understanding of their organization, whether they are an Orange Township entity or an entity outside of our community.
I think it would be good for you to work with Mr. Cowan on this, and you guys can communicate, because it is a little bit kind of new. Or Bill, have you managed soccer fields?
Well, we're gonna be using rec decks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're using rep desk, and of course Nancy up front, Mary Ann, lifeline,
Yeah,
through the winter months, scheduling all the fields.
because that's quite a bit of work to
Yeah.
do. So maybe you guys can discuss some ideas. We're still kind of far off from even getting that done, but we're not too far, but yeah.
So
Thank
thank you for your
you.
time,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. We have one item under new business, park bench and tree.
Oh, yeah, might have to table some of this to the next meeting, but, within the last few years, I know last year I brought this to the attention of the board, and I guess others had been working on it before I didn't know about, but, we've had some requests to purchase park benches and trees and a plaque for various, people want to purchase for their, to honor their loved one. And we were working on a big program, but the program's kind of getting bogged down in just time and effort. So I was just going to request, there's a particular resident that lives in North Orange that would like, the residents would like to purchase a park bench and a plaque and a tree to honor a son who was killed in a car accident on November 1st of last year. And I would like permission to go ahead and, I was hoping to get some prices tonight, but they've offered to raise the money and reimburse us for all the different parts. And it would be, I discussed with Bill, a bench that was very similar to our current benches, but maybe slightly different to set it apart. So I hope to have a proposal on that at the next meeting. Is that okay? All right.
That's all we have for tonight's agenda. Meeting's adjourned.
So many different park benches out there. Oh, dozens, hundreds. I never felt like a park